Welcome to the Genetic Code. I'm your host, Jeanette Collins. This podcast is designed to take you one episode at a time on an intimate journey of your own personal transformation. Each podcast will have tools and techniques for you to practice in your daily life to create the very best version of you. Let's get started. Breathe. Breath is life. When you're practicing changing your energy and becoming a better you, breath is a very important factor. When we worry or get into stresses of any kind, our breathing changes. When you're anxious, your breath is usually fast, or you hold your breath. When you can consciously slow your breathing down to a peaceful rhythm, like, for example, in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. And you practice this for 5 or so minutes, your body will begin to calm down. Your thoughts will calm down, and you will become more coherent. When your brain and thoughts get chaotic, you get chaotic. And it's not a good time or a wise moment to be making any decisions when you're in chaos. So remember what you've been learning in previous podcasts. To stop, to breathe, to center yourself back into your heart by touching your heart and breathing. Be kind to you and allow yourself some time to bring your mind and body back to a peaceful center when it gets running amok in old thoughts and emotions. You are on a journey to master the old emotional body and teach it a new, more peaceful way of being. The power of conscious, deep, slow breathing sends clear messages to the brain to relax. It stops the racing thoughts that are triggers to old emotional patterns that get you to react in very old ways. When the brain relaxes, due to you consciously taking in deep, slow breaths, it begins to retrain the nervous system and its responses. It allows us to take a step back so that we can consciously choose a more elevated response. You see, when we're triggered and our breathing begins to race, we think we have something to run from or to fight or to defend, and we get all worked up in our emotions, and we don't make decisions in the present moment. We make decisions based on our past or what we think could possibly happen, and we lose our wisdom and our wiseness to be able to make decisions in those moments. So breathing is a very essential function of the body. Our breath influences all of our organs and all the systems of the body. Breathing in through your nose, slowly and deeply, and then exhaling out your mouth all the old energies and trapped up air that you've built in your body when you get yourself all worked up or are triggered by an old familiar pattern. These breathing processes will bring you back to the present moment. It takes your attention off the future and out of the past and bringing you back to now. The very moment of your in and out breath causes your brain to relax. When you pay attention to your breathing and slow it down on purpose, you have to, by consequence, let go of the running thoughts and emotions that were controlling your moments earlier. You have to keep your breathing going until you can feel your whole body begin to relax. And when you're focused on your breathing, you're not as focused on your thoughts and what is going on or what happened or what emotional patterns are just being triggered. And then you can check to see if the event that triggered you into that old emotional pattern has reduced its grip on you. If not, then keep breathing until you can calmly look at the situation and find a peaceful outcome. This kind of breathing has been shown to alter you physically and mentally. Studies show that it can regulate the heart rate, it can lower blood pressure, and it reduces stress. Every time you breathe in through your nose, the air provides our brain with a chemical analysis of our surroundings that engages our nervous system into action. In other words, your breath tells the body and the nervous system if you are safe or not. And based on how you're breathing, the body will either be in long periods of stress and distress or relaxing and calm. That's why it's important to begin noticing your breath. We breathe without thinking about it most of the time, and that's very helpful. But if you can become aware that at different emotional moments in your day, notice if you're rapidly breathing or panic breathing or holding your breath. And unless you are in real mortal danger, then the breathing can be regulated and slowed down by you if you will become conscious of your behavior and how your breath and body are doing when you feel stressed out or angry. You have a beautiful gift and an ability to be able to consciously regulate your breath, to bring your body out of a stress response and slowly, consciously take it out of stress and bring all the healthy, vital body functions back online in a peaceful inner environment with your breathing. Breathing is the most fundamental physical process of our bodies and our most intimate companion. Breathing with conscious control can regulate pain, enhance your self-confidence, and sharpen your focus, etc. Our breath is the first sign that we are here on planet Earth for this amazing journey, and it's the sound you watch so closely to hear as someone is exiting this earth at the end of their time. Breath is so precious. Knowing that with conscious awareness and focused attention, you can breathe with information and intention to change your mind, body, and a potential outcome due to your ability to make a greater choice. Breathing lets you know you're alive and that you are in sync and harmony with all of life around you. Breath connects us to everything. Take the time to notice your breathing. Take a moment and regulate the pace of your breath. When life throws you a curveball or when your body has an automatic reaction to an old emotional pattern. By your breathing and attention on your heart space, you can take your body out of stress and back into peace in a very short time frame. The more you practice, the better you will get. There is a yogic saying that goes something like this: when the breath wanders, the mind is also unsteady. But when the breath is calmed, the mind too will be still, and the being achieves long life. Therefore, one should learn to control the breath. So on recap, breath is the language that controls the nervous system and the body. When we panic breathe, and because we are triggered by emotional patterns, we can use the tools that we've learned to stop, to breathe, and breathe slowly for 5 or so minutes, center into your heart by touching your heart to draw your attention away from the old emotions and back to your heart. Then when you feel centered and the body is no longer in that fight or flight mode ready to react, and your mind and body are more at peace, you will be able to make a loving, elevated choice on what to do next. Remember that conscious breath helps you to change you and your energy, and your life can't and won't change until you do. I invite you this week to pay attention to your breath, to take time to breathe when you are in old triggered emotions, to bring your attention back to the heart, and to bring rest, relaxation, and peace into your body again. This practice will pay off in ways of better health and a greater, wiser you. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. Please share this with others and tune in next week for another chance to learn, grow, and become a part of the greatest journey on earth, the journey to transform yourself, to empower yourself, and to extend that love to the world. You are worth it.